Hello, it's Janet from Unique Raw Foods. Hi, how are you doing now? I'm happy to be back here and want to bring you this video. Today we'll make it quick, possibly the best raw and vegan ketchup. There are several kinds of ketchups up there. It seems to be a popular condiment for many, many years. Part of that we could break down into a lot of different tastes and scientific elements and things like that. But the thing to remember with it, this ketchup, is that it doesn't have vinegar in it, no vinegar. It doesn't have any refined sugar in it, no. It doesn't have any natural or artificial flavors in it, because if any package is marked with a natural flavor, it could be fly wings, it could be anything, and oftentimes it's just another chemical that accumulates in your body, especially in the liver, and can get to the brain. So it's an all-natural. Let's see, it's raw, it's a living food using fresh tomatoes as well as sun-dried tomatoes. The benefit of that, of course, is the living element, the hydrating element, and it actually tastes very good. It's not going to be like the thick syrupy ketchup that might come out of the bottle, even the organic ones and things like that, because it's not using this concentrated cooked down tomato, but you get to benefit in the fact that you can flavor it how you want and that it isn't super concentrated cooked food. I'm not going to start a big bad cooked food lecture right now, because a lot of people eat cooked food, but it is when our bodies take in cooked food. Every single cell gets dehydrated a little bit, every single one. And the bigger picture of that is that many people are already chronically dehydrated, even if they're drinking a lot of water each day, because their organs are been dehydrated along the way and functioning. So it's kind of its own little epidemic on its own. So in each time that you put in your opportunity to have a living food that's going to hydrate the body, then is one step out of the dehydration, along with some other things you could possibly do. I want to show you briefly here the cover of Course 1, Raw Living Foods, Course 1. I have it printed out in black and white. And just to show you, printed out, that it's just this thin. It's a small amount of, it's back and fronts of the pages. And let's open up to one page here for you to see. Bean sprouts, that's my editing. And then it is going through basics. It's not a very talky book. It's not a very talky course. It's getting you not pinpoint of things to do, but getting very specific in a short amount of time to get organized and to get your whys about eating raw living foods. My edited versions, we discussed a little bit about nutrients and supplements, and then course 2 go into it a little deeper. And they are things that you may have heard, but they're not based on typical research and science. So let's check in with this quickly, the ketchup. Okay, all right, lovies, I have some pictures I've put on the video for you to see some of the ingredients. We can start from the base of it, which is going to be some tomatoes, some lovely tomatoes. For about a cup and a half of it, maybe 2 cups, I use 3 Roma tomatoes. This, I've gotten as specific as possible with the ingredient quantities, which is rare, but it also leaves open so that you can adjust it. You'll see. I have lemon or lime can be used. I've used both nicely. Here are some, what are those? They're dehydrated tomatoes. I've dehydrated these to become these and keep some of these around in the refrigerator. I don't put them in oil. There's no salt. I just dehydrate them. They're quartered. There's 4 of these, make 1 tomato. And dehydrate them. I love dehydrator. Then we also have, as long as you're here, I put in 2 to 3 dates. These happen to be Deglet Nor dates. And then if you're lucky, you can get some fresh herbs. This is some beautiful oregano. And here's a little bit of thyme. A traditional ketchup has spices listed. So again, that's open to anything that's natural and not natural. And of course, these you can use dried. I've done this recipe with just dried thyme. I like to put in a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, and a small bit of cloves. That's one of these secret ingredients of ketchup. Let's see if we can get that. Alternatively, you could put in a clove or so of garlic. Let's see, I'm going to do that today, although the other day I did the ketchup. The other day I did the ketchup with just the dry powders. The key is, right, sweet, a little tangy, a little sour, but I think what really makes it, and then that kind of depth of it, which is the herbs, really. Let's go. This is a blender recipe. Now you could do a chop. We could do a chop ketchup. Everything is chopped on the board. Perhaps another time. So, ooh. I have a good quantity of these, so I might put in 4 tomatoes today. Actually, no, I'm keeping out. I'm taking out 2 of those, putting those. This is because it's a little bit of a runnier ketchup. In goes tomato. You can peel them or leave the peels on. It can be. So normally the vinegar gives it this certain thing. And go our herbs. But the vinegar, what's wrong with vinegar? What's wrong with vinegar, Janet? Well, what's wrong, which I've learned, I have to attribute dental issues not to having lemon and orange, because I was having not that much lemon and orange, but I was consuming apple cider vinegar regularly for a certain number of years in my life, on and off. And the information came to me that vinegar has really imbalancing effect on the minerals in our body, which obviously one of those is the minerals that make up our teeth and bones. And our teeth and bones do not have cavities now, but these things start to deteriorate. Let's get face to face with. They deteriorate from the inside. So it may not be breaking down the enamel, the apple cider vinegar, if you're taking it with a straw. It goes into the body, and the body, in order to digest it, needs to pull minerals from the body. That is one part of it, and it can totally ruin your teeth, weaken your bones, and set you up for 10 or 20 years later to have issues. Especially, it's not genetic that it might run in your family, bad teeth and bones, but there might be other things draining your health and imbalancing your body, like viruses and bacteria already, that have set you up for that. The lemon I've cut into 4, you see 4 slits on it, instead of cutting it in half to squeeze. The technique is this. And then it's like squeezing the wedges. It goes in. Now you can catch the seeds, obviously. I'll catch them sometimes when they come out. But I find this gets most juice out of it even more so than the cut in half method. It's like, it just gets wrung out. And honestly, I find I just keep squeezing and squeezing, and it almost like produces 50% more juice. Of course, wash the citrus before you do it. A good wash of some hot water, organic or not organic. And then that's what goes out. It's pretty dry. Cloves, ground, literally 2 tiny shakes. That isn't even measurable. Onion powder. Let's see. If you like it stronger, it is worth putting in more. It's okay. The tomato kind of balances it out. The garlic, about the same, maybe a little bit less. Let's go for the 1 piece of fresh garlic today too. This made is not like a lasting ketchup. Granted, I would advise, once you get your favorite proportions done, making it in a little bigger quantity because it's so good. I eat, yeah, it's not like a tiny little packet of ketchup that you see on the other side of the blender. Here we go. This could be doubled easily. So if we double what we just put in, you wind up with to about here, obviously, and this amount is 1 day, the next amount is 2 days, and then it's gone. I am so happy you're here to witness possibly the best raw vegan ketchup. No vinegar, no syrups, sweetness that's going to enhance your life. If you want to look up the benefits of tomatoes, I'm sure medicalmedium.com, on his blog, under the blog, you can search out. He writes about the healing values of foods, very in depth in very many different ways. So we have the healing foods of tomato, lemon, garlic in here, a little bit of date, and the herbs are very nice. You want me to taste it? I'm going to sip it. Santé. It's so good. So my suggestion, today I'm going to use some on top of cucumber noodles with some chopped tomato and a few other yummy things as well, and some greens. The other suggestion, we'll keep it here, is a great transition food if you are having some healing difficulties in a raw food diet or wanting to keep moving closer to a raw food diet but have cooked foods, is to steam some potatoes and some sweet potatoes. Let them cool a little bit and cut them into wedges and dip them in here. I've done that. You can also toast them in the oven for a little while to make them more French fry and dry, but either way, I've found it's delicious. Yeah. So all right, beautiful. Stay strong and beautiful. Thank you. Thank you to the subscribers. Please remember to like down below so that I have a chance with these videos. Other people can see them. And I welcome anyone to subscribe in high numbers. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.